pump the brakes on the Zion. To talk about top 50 player already, Hall of Fame already, and all this is it's total nonsense.
Since I follow the NBA and I go back to Magic rookie year, only 2 people have garnered this kind of attention that I can recall. Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and now Zion Williamson. Skip, I do not see him as those guys.
Can Zion live up to the LeBron hype?
Yes, he can.
Zion Williamson, the name fits, the body fits, and the game fits. It is not hyperbole to say we've never seen a Zion before.
I've been covering this game, as you know, since the mid-1970s when I covered the Lakers pre-Magic Johnson. I've never seen anything like this kid. I see superstar. He's not going to check all your boxes. He's going to check new boxes.
I'm telling you right now, every other game for the Pelicans will be on TV now because of Zion Williamson. The reason you watched the draft last night was because of Zion Williamson. And I will say this as well. Did you see the white suit last night? Do you think there's a little bit of this play here that he wore the 2019 version of the all-white suit that LeBron James wore back in 2004 when he got drafted?
The media doesn't tell you the truth about Zion Williamson. Today, I will tell you what the media is hiding from you regarding Zion Williamson. And if you watch this whole video, your view on him will completely change. You might be shocked with what I reveal about him at the end of the video. I think it's safe to say last time I made a video about Zion, it was pretty controversial. Last video was mostly my opinions with a little bit of facts. This video will be mostly facts no one tells you about Zion, and a little bit of my opinion towards the end of the video. With that being said, let's get to the video. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Justice Winslow, Stanley Johnson, Josh Jackson. What do all these players have in common? They were all supposed to be stars if they added this one critical aspect to their game. A jump shot. How many players have we heard if they just learn how to shoot, they will be stars? Why is it so hard for us to understand that it's not as simple as just repetition? We are talking about people who play basketball for a living. Their job is to play basketball. If it was as simple as repetition, everyone would be shooting at least 50% from 3. To prove my point, let's look at the NBA.com rookie surveys. 1 out of 3 rookies said the most important skill to develop is shooting. Have you ever seen Zion take a shot off the dribble? I'm serious. Any highlight, any game. Have you ever seen him just once take a shot off the dribble? He has never taken a shot off the dribble in college. He took 2 in his 11 minutes of summer league. Here are the results.
Always a threat, all the time. And to have his motor, I want to have his motor.
Williamson just had his three-pointer blocked, and surprise for New York last year. Knox laying off Williamson, who shoots an air ball on the long 2.
I'm sick of people bringing up Zion's three-point percentage and using it to prove he's not a bad shooter. Stats don't lie, but they certainly don't tell the whole story. The story with Zion is he was playing with 2 other lottery picks and he got open 3-point looks. They were all set shots off the catch and shoot. In the NBA, he's not going to get those open looks. You have to create your shot in the NBA, and he currently cannot do that. I'll wrap up the shooting section with this. Zion was a number 1 overall pick while shooting 64% from the free throw line and never making a single off the dribble shot. You can take that as a positive or a negative. For me, it's a negative. Zion Williamson has serious health issues. At what point are we going to stop calling these injuries freak injuries and start calling them what they are? Injuries due to Zion's frame. Zion needs to lose weight. He cannot play 82 games at 285 pounds. It's just not sustainable. And it's showing in his injuries. In 2017, his senior year of high school, Zion suffered multiple foot and knee injuries. And while it being a freak injury or not, his busted shoe at Duke did keep him out for over a month. To top it off, he only played 11 minutes in Summer League, looking extremely out of shape. If we're going to show this, let's also show this. Zion has never played more than 35 games a season, and he's never played more than 30 minutes per game. He's going to have a brutal transition to the NBA, where the Pelicans are going to be expecting him to play at least 70 games and at least 36 minutes per game. My final point is Charles Barkley even said Zion needs to lose weight. I'm going to trust Barkley when he says this. Let's talk about Zion's intangibles. Zion's ball vision is extremely poor. For someone that drives and demands a double team, to only average 2 assists a game is a huge problem. Zion is a great scorer, but there are questions if that can translate to the pros. He relies on mismatches, either by driving against centers or taking guards to the paint. In the pros, there are players that are just as agile and just as big as him. Most forwards should not have a hard time guarding him. And lastly, for the intangibles portion, Zion doesn't have a true position. In the era of positionless basketball, most stars still have a true position. Zion's a liability at every position. You can't put him at shooting guard because, well, he can't shoot. You can't put him at small forward because he's not agile enough to guard small forwards. He can't be a modern power forward because he can't stretch the floor enough. You can't put him at center, he's too short. What are you going to do? Put him at point guard? He's going to be the second heaviest point guard in the history of the NBA. Number one, of course, being Raymond Felton.
Got him!
Now let's answer the question about his potential. Does Zion Williamson have the potential to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Absolutely. The question we should be asking is, will he reach that level? Which I say absolutely not. The media loves telling you about a kid's potential. They never tell you about the real possibility that kid will fail translating from college to the pros. One of the reasons I believe Zion won't be a superstar is because he only has one move, a spin move. The fact that Zion has been playing basketball for years and has only developed one move scares me. Which brings me to the realization that so far, Zion has succeeded because of his athleticism, not because of his basketball skill. I said this in my last Zion video, and I will say it again. In basketball, you can succeed with just athleticism in high school and maybe college. But in the pros, you're going to get exposed if you don't have skill. And the people that know his game best, his opponents, even agree with me. 87% of players said Zion was the most athletic player in the draft, yet only 5% predicted him to have the best career. If that's not a concern, I don't know what is. Now finally, let's answer the big question. My predictions for Zion. Now I have to start off by saying my predictions for him 6 months ago were terrible. At best, Zion will turn into a more athletic Julius Randle. I believe he'll most likely turn into Glenn Davis, and at worst, he'll turn into Anthony Bennett.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No.
Yup, that was a pretty stupid comparison. Glenn Davis. Did I mention how terrible of a comparison that is? I did? Okay, good. I want to emphasize that. With that being said, Enes Kanter was right on the money when he said this on The Hurt with Colin Cowherd.
I kind of feel like he's overhyped. I feel like he's Julius Randle with hops.
Zion Williamson will be an injury-prone, more athletic Julius Randle. I don't trust his knees. I don't trust his weight. I don't trust his height. I don't trust his passing. I don't trust his shooting. I don't trust his rebounding. The only thing I trust is his athleticism, which as he gets injured will deteriorate. And as I wrap up this video, let me leave you out on this point. Coach K said Zion should not have played in Summer League. We saw Zion gained weight in Summer League. This might sound like a stretch, but do we know if Zion ever fully recovered from his knee injury? Maybe he rushed himself back from the injury. There's a reason Zion was out of shape for his Summer League. This could quite possibly be the reason. With that being said, thanks for watching, subscribe, hit the notification button so you are notified whenever I upload. Like the video if you liked it, share it with a couple of your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Which hopefully is soon. Hopefully. No promises.